Okay, so we just had the last round of pool games. It means that this was the last time that we actually predict 8 games in 1 week. From now on, it's going to go down like 4, 2, and then 2, I think, is the way it's going. So we'll have a look back and see how we did, and then compare that to other weeks as well and see where I am in different standings. So we start with the first game from the Thursday. So it was New Zealand 73, Uruguay 0. I went for New Zealand by 40. I thought Uruguay, they might have another good game the way they did against France and maybe limit New Zealand to a little bit less. I thought maybe New Zealand would get somewhere around the 50-point mark and Uruguay would maybe get a score and maybe a penalty or something to run to about 10. So hence a 40-point difference. But New Zealand were better. I thought Uruguay was still good. Just that New Zealand's defence was excellent and their ability to break down that defence, Uruguay's defence as it were, was very good. So got the winner right. 99% of other people did as well. And, I was 33 points off the margin. So it's meh. It's not a good, it's not even okay. It's, you went with the same as everyone else. So you get some credit for it, but not much. Okay, next then is France 60, Italy 7. So I went for France by 20 because I was thinking, surely Italy will not be abject again. They're going to produce a response to that terrible display against New Zealand. But yes, they were a little bit better, but not much better, and the scoreline speaks to that. So I had them by 20 points. They lost by 53. Again, 99% of people went for the right winner, as did I, but not a great prediction. Next, then we have Wales 43, Georgia 19. I went for Wales by 20 and they won by 24. So I got the winning point and the margin point on this one. And I think, again, there was a point where Wales are winning by, around 20 points anyway. I think they might have been at one stage winning by exactly 20 points, but then scores happened that meant that they wouldn't get back to that. So I was happy enough for the 24-point margin. My thinking on this was Wales, they're definitely going to win, but Georgia could see signs in their previous performance that they were beginning to show up a little bit at this Rugby World Cup, and therefore I was expecting them to put in a bit of performance, get somewhere between 10 and 20 points, which they did, and Wales to be somewhere between 30 and 40 odd, which they ended up being as well. So hence the 20-point margin and pretty close. So this is probably, maybe we'll have to see the other predictions, but so far at least, definitely the best prediction of this round by me. Next time we have England 18, Samoa 17. I went for England by 20. My thinking was that Samoa, they'd blown their chance really. They had a genuine chance to make the quarterfinals, already blown it. England looked like they improved game on game. I was expecting Samoa certainly to give them a match and to score around about the same amount of points as they did, but I was expecting England to get more than they did and kind of have that little bit of separation towards the end. Didn't happen. England very lucky to get out with the win. 98% of people went for England on this one, as did I. Again, 19 points away on the margin, so can't really say that I was close on that. And yeah, so an okay prediction, I guess. Next then, Ireland 36, Scotland 14. So I went for Ireland by 15, expecting Scotland to really give us a game. In the end, they didn't. And that was more to do with how good Ireland were rather than Scotland necessarily being poor. Scotland brought the margin back a little bit towards the end. And, if I had my Superbru hat on, I'd be willing Scotland to score another try towards the end. So I get somewhere near the margin. Actually, if they had scored another try, I would have been exactly on, right? It would have been 21, it would have been a 15-point margin, and it would have been great for me for Superbru, but not as an Ireland fan, so I wasn't willing Scotland to score another try at all. But not too far away, only 7 points away on the margin, but in terms of my thinking of how the game was going to go, way off. Absolutely way off. I didn't think Ireland would be as dominant as they were. And again, I talked about, I think, on other videos as well. Sometimes with Ireland, I'm a little bit, what would you call it? Because one-eyed supporter is a person who absolutely backs their own team to the hilt all the time. I'm kind of the opposite of that, where I look towards not criticizing my own team, but look towards the good in the opposition a bit more than maybe most fans of a certain team would. So whatever that's called, that's probably what I am. But yeah, it was an okay prediction. 96% of people went for the same winner, and it was 7 points off in the margin, not miles away. Next to Japan, 27, Argentina, 39. So I went for Japan by 10 points, and at one stage it looked like they might actually do it. They got back into the game. If they had kicked on, maybe they would have been the ones to get the win. Instead, it was Argentina by 12 points. So 82% of people got the right winner. I wasn't one of those. So this was a poor prediction on this one. I went with my heart on it, and I'm not apologizing for backing Japan. So it cost me, but I'd probably still do it again, honestly. Okay, next then, Tonga 45, Romania 24. So I went for Tonga by about 30 points, thinking that Romania would give them a game, but Tonga, did have just that little bit extra skill and get some more scores. They did a little bit, but not quite as much as I'd like. Again, if they had got, the margin, ended up 21. Oh, thanks, Juan. Ended up 21. If they had got another try, I would have got that margin point as well out of that. So not too far off on that. So it was an okay prediction, I think. Then the final one, Fiji 23, Portugal 24. So I went for Fiji by 30 points, thinking, okay, Portugal, they're a decent team, but Fiji, they look like they're building, and they're maybe going. I thought Portugal would get somewhere, round about kind of either single figures to mid-teens in points, and Fiji will be somewhere around about the high 30s to 40 point mark. But boy, was I wrong. But I'm glad I was wrong, honestly. I'm not particularly glad that Fiji lost. I'm glad that Portugal won, if that makes any sense. So this is one where you look at these two teams and they're both likable, and both sets of fans are likable, and you'd love if both teams could win, but that's not possible when they're playing each other. And even a draw, I don't think would have been fair. But then Portugal would have got 2 draws in a Rugby World Cup pool. I'm not sure anyone's ever done that before. Maybe they have, but I certainly don't remember. But yeah, I was, got the winner wrong, but only 2% went for Portugal. So well done to 2%. For once, you guys actually got the right result, and way off, obviously, on the margin. It was just a 1 point win for Portugal. So that is the end of that. I got 8 out of 10 6 out of 8. Why am I saying 8 out of 10? 6 out of 8 in terms of my prediction. So I got the first, I got 5 of the 4. Was it? Yeah, 5 of the first 6, I think. And then it was in the last 3 where 2 of them let me down. But how's that left me overall? So in my own little pool, we now have 3 people. And I might actually, if the people are okay with it, I might mention their names. I don't want to be putting stuff up if they don't want me to. So if you're in the pool, you know who you are. Let me know in the comments if you would prefer me not to mention who you are or put your profile or whatever on it. But if you're okay with it, I will. In my own auto pool where there's 18 of us, I'm 13th. I was at some stage in the top half of that, slipped back a little bit. Probably not necessarily the Portugal one, it's the Japan Argentina one that cost me. But again, I'm going to back Ireland, I'm going to back Japan. and so with those ones, those predictions always carry that threat with it. For Leinster then, I'm 169 of 435, so still well in the top half there. The URC then, I am, 3,913th out of 10,906, so in the top 40% there. For Ireland fans then, 3,692 of 11,965, so in the top third of that as well. So pretty decent overall. Not amazing. Not gonna get like a job making predictions for money or anything like that, but not terrible either. So that is as I said, end of the pool stages. I will have predictions though for the quarterfinals. I do not have a clue what those predictions are going to be, and I'm actually making that video pretty much as soon as I stop this one. So I'm going to stop prattling and I'm going to get on to that one.